Welcome to the Plan With Me Halloween edition with NicoleAlexiaDesigns. I am Nicole. If you guys haven't checked out my Etsy shop, I will link it below. I feel like most of you guys know it. That's how you found my YouTube channel. So if you guys want to see more Plan With Me's, more Etsy sticker hauls, new releases, anything pertaining to the shop, go ahead and click subscribe. As soon as I hit 100 subscribers, I will be changing the URL to youtube.com/NicoleAlexiaDesigns, so it will be a little bit easier for everybody to find. So this week I am going to be doing a Halloween themed spread. I did a couple through the first weeks of October. Let's see. So this spread was with my Halloween kit. I did this spread mostly with Scribble Print Co.'s Halloween kit, as well as my normal things that I print for myself every week. This really didn't get filled out. And then I got tired of that color scheme, so last week I actually used my Mint Aztec kit and went ahead and just kind of covered over all of the colors that were in the Erin Condren. So this week though, I am going to be going back to I'm going to be using an orange and a purple with some greens and some blacks in it for the Halloween spread. So I'm super excited. It's going to be super festive. So let me go and get these guys back where they belong. Okay, because I know people are going to wonder, my Monsters ink clips are from Dee's Charming Minis, and I will link her below. And my Marie and my Jack Skellington are from Cute by Design Co., and I will also link her below. So the first thing that I do when I sit down to plan is I write on one of these Target dollar spot pads the things that I know I need to get done this week. So this week is pretty full, but whenever I lay stickers down, I kind of glance over at this just to make sure that I'm putting enough room to write down everything that I need to get done throughout the week. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back up here. So normally when I do my spreads, I have either a kit from my shop or a kit that I've bought from someone else's shop as kind of my base layout. This week I didn't have one, so I went ahead and I made myself a Halloween themed, this isn't really a kit, but full boxes as well as washi boxes. So I'm going to be using this as well as my normal weekly Disney little things and headers list and my weekly full boxes and mini boxes that I use every single week. So but these aren't from any particular store. I mean, these are all just mine, so I'm sorry you guys can't get these anywhere, although by the time I think I have this video up, it's probably going to be past Halloween, or at least past the point where you could buy stickers. That would come in time. So other things that I'm going to be using is the rest of some of these icons from Scribble Print Co.'s Halloween kit, and these cute little Halloween guys from Sticky Fingers Co. And then these are mainly things that I use every week, and I will wait to talk about those until I actually put them down. So I'm going to lay those right over here. And so the last Plan With Me that I did, I actually sped through me putting the stickers down onto the planner, but I've had a couple of requests to just completely cut that out. So I'm going to be laying down the first sticker as far as headers and everything go, and then I'm actually going to cut the parts out where I'm doing the rest of it. So that'll make the video a little bit shorter, and you guys comment below and let me know which way you prefer, because this is only the second time I've tried to do this, so let me know what you guys think. And then I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into doing this. So the first thing that I like to do is I take my headers as well as my ombre checklist boxes, and I go ahead and I do my top row because that never changes. So I'm going to go ahead and fold the planner in half. And I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, so I use an Etsy header because this particular planner, the Erin Condren, is what I use for mainly my Etsy store, as well as just some other things. I also use a Kiki K. If you guys follow me on Periscope, I just did an unboxing of my Mint Kiki K, and I will be using Sweet Kawaii Designs inserts in that. I believe I'll be doing a YouTube video later this week to show you guys kind of how I have all of that laid out in the way that I'm using it. And then I also have an ice blue Kiki K that I use So Much Crafting's vertical inserts in, and I might include that in the video as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do my top row. Okay, so once I get all of my headers laid down, I just go ahead and go in with my ombre checklists, and I generally just alternate the colors across the week. Okay, you guys, so this is what it looks like when I'm finished with my top row. So the next thing that I generally go in and do is I take my Little Things stickers, which are these Disney stickers, as well as these TVs and these hearts, and I go through and I do my bottom row. That's something that doesn't really change for me week to week either, so I generally like to go in and do the top and the bottom, and then I fill in throughout the middle, which is different week to week. So I'm going to go ahead and do my bottom row now, and I think what I'm going to do maybe is show you guys one column, and then after that I'll cut through the rest of it. So let me go ahead and flip this over. I'm going to zoom you guys in. And then the first thing that I lay down is this Countdown to Disney sticker. And then after that, I put in a Disney Savings sticker. And then after that, I put in a Disney Diet sticker, which I have not been following at all. Okay, so on Monday, I don't believe I have a television show that I want to watch. So I think the only thing that'll be going in there is one of these little hearts. Okay, so I have my Disney Countdown, Disney Savings, Disney Diet, and then one of these little hearts that I just use for various things. And then the last thing that I normally do would be to put one of my Little Things stickers up through here. I just realized that just like last week, I mismatched my Little Things colors to the last thing that I was going to be using up here. So I actually think I'm going to go ahead and put down a TV sticker because there are some things on my DVR that I want to catch up with. And maybe I'll have time. If not, at least it matches. And that is way, way off. There we go. Okay, so that is, wow, that's crooked too. This is what my bottom row will look like for the most part all the way across. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up now, and then I will come back and show you guys how I do the middle part. Okay, so this is what it's looking like so far. I have my bottom rows done. Normally after I do this, I go over and I do my sidebar. I think for today, I'm going to go ahead and just fill through the middle. I do have a lot of stuff that I need to get done this week. I also have a notepad that I bought in my Kiki K that is like a weekly goals pad, so I'm going to be using that a little bit too. I tried to do mostly Etsy related things in here, but some of these things I think are going to have to go ahead and go down. So the next thing that I am going to do is I'm going to put my today headers or my to-do headers under here. I just realized that once again my colors are going to be all weird, so I think I'm going to do today's because generally my top bars are more of a to-do. So I'm going to go ahead and lay these all the way across the top, and you guys can see that I'm not very good at making stickers straight, and this is why. I don't sit here and try to spend, you know, an hour doing this. It's something that I try to get done pretty quickly so that I can go ahead and get back to working. So I'm going to go ahead and lay these all the way across the top. Okay, so now that I got my today headers down, the next thing that I generally do is go in and do my full boxes and my washi boxes, which is the decoration that I use all through here. I think I did pretty good this week to where my full boxes are going to fit perfectly. Last week I had some issues with that because I was using a different kit than what I would normally make for myself. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down my full boxes throughout here, and then if I have any extra space, I will go back through and do the various size washi boxes that I have. Okay, so this is what it looks like after I go through and I laid my full boxes down. I did have a little bit of space in between some of these, but I think because of the orange it's not super noticeable. Plus I generally put my shadow boxes through here, so I think it'll be okay. I definitely overestimated the amount of stickers that I was going to need, so the next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is go up top and do my sidebar. So what I normally do up here is I take one of the full boxes, I'll do the polka dotted one, and I lay it right over the Thankful Thought box, just like that. And then I normally take whatever decoration that I'm going to be using, which this week is going to be these little guys, and I just kind of fill it in. Put him there, and then maybe a little, I like the little Frankenstein. There we go. And then when I am finished, I go back and I will put some of these little guys maybe across the top or down along the bottom. So the next thing that I do after that is I go ahead and I start filling in my sidebar. I use some of these headers, the to buy, bills, to clean, to put right through here just so that I can make a little list underneath them. And in my newer kits, I do include a row of kind of various headers that have some things like this so that you guys, if you wanted to do something similar, you could. So the first thing that I'm going to lay down is going to be bills, because that's something I forget about. Okay, and then generally at the very top, I use whichever last ombre box I have left right under that. So I think instead of doing what I normally do, which would be to put like a Happy Mail and a to clean and a to buy over here, I think I might use some of this washi just to make things a little bit more festive, or at least put them in between my headers. I had planned on using some of these checklists from Scribble Prints Co., but I think instead I'm just going to make this more of a decorative spread. So I'm going to take some of this washi and just kind of go down, and then I might stick a few more of these cute little Halloween stickers over here to the left. Okay, so all decoration over here. I guess that I just will be using my Kiki K to keep track of some of these things, which was the intention, so that's okay. So the next thing that I go ahead and I do is normally I will either lay washi through here or I will do a row of stickers across here. I didn't print anything out for myself this time, and because there's so much decoration over here, I don't really want to lay different colors through here. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and put my boxes down at the bottom. And what I use are these 3 checked mini boxes that I made, and the bottom row is for hydration. That's why there's 8. These will be back in the shop. I know I keep saying that, but I keep having to restock, and I don't have time to actually go through and make some of the newer things that I want to do. I do have a few new releases that are going to be coming out later this week, but these will be back at some point. And I did go ahead and put some of the mini boxes onto the newer sets, as well as onto the full box sheets that I put out. So I'm just going to go across the bottom now and put in my hydration boxes. Okay, so this is what it looks like once I've gone through and I've done all that. So the next thing that I generally do is I go through and I put down my shadow boxes to use, which for right now are just going to be these really basic ones. And then I go in with some of my really cute stickers and I put in the things that I need to do for that day. So because this is so decorative, I don't really want to cover a lot of it with the shadow boxes. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to check my sheet and see what isn't going to fit up here in the Etsy part of my planner, because generally what goes into these boxes is a little bit more personal. Sometimes it's business related, but it just kind of depends. So I'm going to go through, check this, and then put down some shadow boxes, and then I will go through and put down all of my really cute decorative stickers. Okay, so I have my shadow boxes laid in for the days that I know I have to put certain things down. I may have to go in and put a few more down, and I may also have to do some down the side, just because now that I'm looking at this, I really don't have any room to write anything. So the first thing that I know that I need to do is I know I need to plan on next Sunday, so I'm going to be using this sheet from Stick With Me shop of these really cute little planners. And I'm actually going to go ahead and put down another box over here, just because I forgot to put a shadow box over there. So I'm going to use one of the purple ones. Okay, and then the next thing that I know that I need to do is put one of these movie stickers down for Saturday. And I might use one of these date night ones as well, but I think I'm just going to go with the movie stickers for right now. So these are from Prim and Pretty Planner. Okay, and actually I think I'm going to wait on this, and maybe I'll use one of these next week. So the next thing I need to do for Friday is I need to go grocery shopping. So I think I'm going to use one of these shopping carts from Scribble Prints Co. And then I might also put an actual grocery bag down. So these are from Obsessed with Cute. So I'm going to go ahead and put one of these down right over here. I do need to go some places other than grocery shopping. So the next thing that I'm going to be putting down on Friday is a little credit card, because I do try to pay all of my bills on Friday. And actually, I think I'm going to put it on Thursday instead. And I'll just go ahead and try to pay them a day before. So the next thing that I need to put down on Thursday, I'm going to have a major restock on Thursday. So I'm going to take one of these silhouette portraits, and these are also from Obsessed with Cute. And I don't know if I mentioned or not, the credit card is from Obsessed with Cute. So I'm going to take one of these and just stick it right up top. So the next thing that I'm going to use will be, let me see, I need a payday sticker. So I'm going to use one of these from Stick With Me shop, and I'm going to use the purple one. And then I need to use something for Tuesday, because I make my Etsy deposit on Monday, but then on Tuesday I actually transfer it over to a different bank. So for Tuesday, I believe I will use one of these little checkbooks, and these are from Obsessed with Cute. I can't figure out how I want to put it. There we go. Okay, so I'm also going to be using one of these little sharks from Obsessed with Cute, and I'm not going to explain this because I feel like pretty much everybody understands what this is. So I want to go ahead and put one for today, and then I will continue to put one every day until I need to stop putting them. Okay. So the next thing that I want to use is one of these day off stickers from Stick With Me shop. And I believe that I'm going to put it down for Saturday. I think I'm going to try to take all of Saturday off again. So I'm going to put this just right here. There we go. So the next thing that I need to do Wednesday as well as Tuesday, I will be at my other job. So I believe I'm just going to leave that one blank, at least until something else comes up that I'm not thinking about. So I believe the next thing that I'm going to do is a little bit more decoration with the cute Halloween stickers that I have from Sticky Fingers Co. I blanked on the name there for a minute. So I'm just going to go along the top and put in some of the smaller ones. And then over here where I have all this decorative space, I should say, I'm going to go ahead and put in a few more. Uh-oh, I ripped that one. There we go. Okay, so this is it for the most part. Sometimes I will go back in and I'll add some extra things as I'm actually sitting down to plan. I generally write in anything that is on my Target list, my Target dollar spot notepad, I should say, throughout the week. And then as things come up, I can go back in and write down anything else that I need to add in. So this is the Halloween spread, and I hope everybody enjoyed watching the video. I know that I'm still not very good at YouTube yet, so I apologize if the quality wasn't good or if I'm not doing this, you know, the right way that everybody likes. So any comments, you guys, leave them below, and definitely go ahead and subscribe. I will link all of these shops below as well as my shop. And I should be posting another video probably around Wednesday, and it's going to be a look inside my Kiki K. So you guys look out for that. Thank you for watching.